Hi, me again. And if I was ever looking for a headline to boil my piss for the day, this would be close to doing it, wouldn't it? Have a look. BBC licence fee controversy as data shows nearly 2,000 people prosecuted every week for failing to pay. So you know what I'm going to say. I've said it all a million times. If you're a regular viewer, I'm sure very much now you're fed up with me saying the same thing over and over again. So we won't talk about what you can and can't watch and all of that. All I will say about this is that 2,000 people, that's all right, is it? 2,000 people prosecuted for watching television without paying 159 quid a year to the BBC. The world that we live in, that's fine. That's absolutely fine, is it? Because that's not the world that I want to live in. Why is this still a criminal matter? Why is this still bogging down the court system? Think how much more efficient the British court system could be if there wasn't 2,000 people every week prosecuted for an absolute nonsense offence. 2,000 people a week. They could be struggling to pay. I mean, I never condone watching stuff you shouldn't be watching if you don't have a TV licence. But there's many people out there that can't afford it, but they still need to watch the TV. All right, they shouldn't, granted, but why? You can't watch ITV, Channel 4, without paying the BBC 159 quid a year. The whole system is ridiculous. It's draconian. It's like something from the Middle Ages, like a window tax or something, isn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous. And the important point to say here about it is, this number could be zero. As you well know, you know where this is going. This number could be zero. If you're worried about being prosecuted, you can't afford to pay the TV licence or something at the minute, and you're worried about it, don't be. Don't watch anything that you shouldn't be watching without a licence. Obviously, watch the other videos to learn about that. But the only way they can know what you're watching is if you tell them. There's no other way. No other way at all. Detector vans, they're just an urban myth. They did have vans with TV licensing written on them. They can't detect nothing. And they certainly can't today. Think of all the ways you could receive, bloody computer, think of all the ways you could receive broadcast TV into your property. Sky, FreeSat, Freeview, through the internet, through an app, whatever. There's a multitude of ways, right? How can they possibly detect that? They can't. So this number could be zero, because how they catch you, how you get in trouble for this, is when one of them knocks on your door. And they're very good at getting you to talk. They want you to talk. They know the longer that you talk, the more chance you've got of dobbing yourself in. Or maybe you're just letting them in. You don't know anything. You think these people have some power, like they're police or bailiffs. They like to present like they're police or bailiffs, but they're not. They have no powers at all, and the TV licensing website will confirm that. They are door-to-door salesmen, and they need to be treated as door-to-door salesmen. So if one knocks on your door and you open it up and you start talking, they might ask you to sign something, they might ask to come in. Even if you haven't really been watching it, if you've got iPlayer on your telly and it's logged in, you could get in trouble for that. Do not talk to them. You are within your rights to not talk to them. There's no need to talk to these people. You don't want to pay for the service they're selling. Imagine they're door-to-door duster salesman, or door-to-door, it's going back a bit, isn't it? Like vacuum cleaner salesman. You don't want to buy it. Don't engage with them. If it was a cold call on the phone, you'd be like, no, and you'd hang up, wouldn't you? Or you wouldn't even say no, you'd just hang up. That's how it works at your door. So you open the door, hi, I'm from TV licensing. No thanks, mate. Shut the door. And they can't do anything. They can't put their foot in the door. They can't keep knocking on it all day to try and scare and intimidate you into talking to them. They can't do it because they have no powers. They're door-to-door salesmen. So this 2,000 people prosecuted per week number, it would be zero if nobody talked to the goons. We need to get this message out there more, because so many people think, they see headlines like that and they think detector vans are a thing, they can monitor my internet, they know what I'm doing. Yeah, no. It's not going to work like that. Think how many people are not paying. I think 70,000 people a month cancelling the licence fee at the minute. And whilst if you have done a criminal offence, the police can go to your broadband provider and get records of what you... They're going to do that over TV licensing for 70,000 people a month, are they? No, and you haven't been prosecuted yet, so they can't. Absolute nonsense. If you don't talk to the people on your door, you cannot be in trouble for not paying the TV license fee. Don't watch stuff you shouldn't be watching anyway. But I'm like squeaky clean. Right? I genuinely 100% stick to the rules in my home property. I haven't slipped for years because I preach this message, I have to play the game, right? But I still wouldn't talk to one if they knocked on my door. I mean, no thanks, mate, shut the door. Because the longer you talk to them, there's some people I have heard, I've heard stories, I can't back them up, right, of people who have answered it, they're playing a completely clean game, right, they got nothing to hide. They told them to go away and they said, well, if you just sign my thing just to say I visited, I'll be on my way. So they signed that bit of paper they've got and it's filled in after the fact saying they witnessed that person watching TV. So don't speak to them, don't sign anything. No thanks, mate, send them on their way. 2,000 people every week being prosecuted goes down to nothing. Zero, nada, nothing, nout. Because that's how much the BBC deserves your money, or that's how much of your money the BBC deserves even. Nout. Earn your own money, BBC, and stop scaring vulnerable people who are struggling to pay their bills at the minute. All the other channels manage it, why can't you? Winds me up. What do you reckon about this? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to go and make another cup of tea and calm down. It just winds me up. It just winds me up, this is still a thing. As always, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that will be. Ta-da.